Before we get into it, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. The bits of magic that separate the good from the great, the legends from the mortals. We're talking about the most iconic, the most audacious, the most unbelievable football skills ever witnessed on a pitch. We've all tried a few stepovers in the park with our mates, but the skills on this list are on another level entirely. Right, let's kick things off with a move that is pure, unadulterated street football brought to the biggest stage, the Kaneko Rainbow Flick. Now, we've all seen rainbow flicks, but this one back in the 60s was different. It was almost unheard of. Imagine you're a defender, you're tight on your man, you think you've got him cornered, you're showing him the line, doing all the textbook things your manager told you to do. You feel in control. Then, in a split second, the ball is gone. It's not to his left, it's not to his right, it's sailing right over your head. That's the genius of what Kaneko did. It was the ultimate surprise. The defender is thinking about the tackle, about blocking the cross, but the idea that the attacker would flick the ball over his own head and then over the defender's, it just wasn't in the manual. And think about the reaction. The crowd goes wild. Your teammates are in disbelief, and the poor defender is left just spinning around looking for the ball, wondering what on earth just happened. Now let's talk about a man who oozed class, Thierry Henry. This next skill isn't about explosive power or crazy acrobatics. It's about intelligence. It's about subtlety. It's about playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. I'm talking about the fake pass. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But the way Henry executed it, it was a work of art that could dismantle an entire defense. He'd shape his body, open up his hips, look one way, and you, the defender, you'd buy it every single time. You'd read his body language, you'd see the space he's looking at, and you'd start moving to intercept the pass. But the pass never comes. In that split second that you've committed your body weight, that you've taken that one step in the wrong direction, he's gone. World-class defenders, guys at the absolute pinnacle of their careers, were left looking like statues. They were completely and utterly sold a dummy. The beauty of it is in its simplicity. Some skills are just tricks. This next one is a philosophy. It's a move that was so revolutionary, it fundamentally changed the way players thought about turning with the ball. The Cruyff turn. Before Johan Cruyff unveiled this at the 1974 World Cup, if you were a winger running towards the byline, you had two options. Cross it with your strong foot, or try to cut back onto your weaker foot. Then came Cruyff. Against Sweden, he's running down the wing, looking for all the world like he's about to whip a cross in with his right foot. The defender, Jan Olsen, plants himself, ready to block it. He's done his job. But Cruyff fakes the cross, and in one fluid motion, drags the ball behind his own standing leg with the inside of his foot, spins 180 degrees, and is gone. When you talk about players who could carry a team on their own, who could produce magic from nothing, you have to talk about Diego Maradona. And, when he found himself surrounded, backed into a corner with 2 or 3 defenders closing in, he had an escape hatch that was almost unstoppable. The Maradona turn, or the roulette. It's a 360-degree spin that is just poetry in motion. He'd use the momentum of the oncoming defenders against them, drawing them in close, almost inviting the challenge. Just as they thought they had him trapped, he'd plant one foot on the ball, spin his body around it, and then use his other foot to drag the ball away with him, all in one seamless, fluid movement. The defenders, rushing in to make a tackle, would just collide with each other in the empty space where Maradona and the ball used to be. It was like a matador in the bull ring. It was audacious, it was graceful, and it was incredibly effective for maintaining possession and breaking through a high press. All right, let's move away from the outfield players for a moment and talk about a goalkeeper. But not just any goalkeeper. We're talking about the madman, the entertainer, René Higuita. This wasn't a skill to beat a player, this was a skill to make a save. But it was a save so outrageous, so risky, so utterly bonkers that it has gone down in football folklore. The setting, Wembley Stadium, England versus Colombia. A misplaced cross from Jamie Redknapp is looping towards the Colombian goal. It's a simple catch. Any keeper in the world just catches it. But Higuita wasn't any keeper. Instead of catching the ball, he let it travel over his head. Then, as it started to drop, he jumped forward, arched his back like a scorpion, and kick the ball clear with the heels of his boots, the scorpion kick. Can you even imagine the thought process? To even conceive of doing that, let alone trying it at Wembley, in an international friendly, the audacity is off the charts. What if he misses? What if he shanks it into his own net? He'd be a laughingstock for the rest of his life. The risk involved is what makes this moment so legendary. It's the ultimate expression of confidence and showmanship. He didn't need to do it. A simple catch would have done the job with zero risk. But he chose to entertain, to create a moment that nobody in that stadium or watching at home would ever forget. Let's talk about flair. Let's talk about Joga Bonito. Let's talk about Neymar Jr. This is a player who lives and breathes skills, who sees the pitch as his personal playground. And honestly, one of his most audacious, most stylish moves is the sombrero flick. The name says it all. You're essentially flicking the ball over an opponent's head, like tipping a sombrero hat. But the way Neymar does it, often from a standing start or in the tightest of spaces, is just different gravy. It's pure, unadulterated cheekiness. Imagine you're the defender. You're closing him down, you're jockeying, trying to show him wide. You think you've got him under control. Then with a little dink, a subtle scoop of his foot, the ball is suddenly airborne, floating gracefully over your head as he just strolls around you to collect it on the other side. You've been completely taken out of the game. If we're talking about skills and smiling, we have to talk about one man, Ronaldinho. He played the game with a joy that was, honestly, just infectious. And his signature move, the elastico or the flip-flap, was the embodiment of his style. It's a move of pure deception, executed at lightning speed. To the defender, it looks like he's about to take the ball one way with the outside of his foot. You shift your weight, you commit to the tackle, you prepare to block his path. It's a natural reaction, but in a fraction of a second, before your brain can even process what's happening, he's snapped his ankle back and with the inside of the same foot, pushed the ball in the complete opposite direction. It's like the ball is attached to his foot by a piece of elastic. Push out, snap back. It's one fluid, mesmerizing motion. We're back with Thierry Henry, and this just shows the brilliance of the man. We've already talked about his intelligence, but now let's talk about his innovation. He took a classic move, the rainbow flick that we saw from Kaneko, and he put his own unique and arguably more difficult spin on it. The standard rainbow flick usually involves using both feet, rolling the ball up one leg and flicking it with the other heel. It's complicated enough, but Henry, he decided to do it with just one leg. Think about the mechanics of that for a second. While running, he had to somehow trap the ball between his heel and his calf, and then, with the same leg, generate enough of a spring and a flick to lift the ball up and over the head of a defender who was right on his back. The level of coordination, balance, and technical purity required to pull that off is just insane. It's a moment of pure, unexpected brilliance that left everyone, including his own teammates, in absolute awe. Let's go back to the master of modern flair, Neymar. This next one isn't a single flick or turn, it's a whole sequence. It's a dance. It's the Neymar steps. You'll see him on the wing, one-on-one with a defender, and suddenly his feet become a blur. He performs a series of tiny, rapid-fire stepovers, sometimes 5, 6, 7 of them in a row, without ever really moving the ball. The ball stays almost stationary while his legs are going like a piston engine. How many steps is he even doing? You lose count. What's the point of this? It's pure hypnosis. The defender is forced to watch his feet, trying to anticipate the moment he'll finally push the ball and accelerate. But the rhythm is so confusing, so mesmerizing that it completely freezes the defender. For our final skill, we've got something that honestly looks like it's from a video game. It's a move that seems to defy the laws of physics. We're talking about Roberto Carlos and his famous air rainbow from a Pepsi commercial. Now I know it was in a commercial, but the sheer audacity and the question it raised, is that even possible, has made it legendary. The move involves flicking the ball up, letting it bounce, and then, as it comes down, flicking it over your own head and the head of an opponent with your heel. The technique is just mind-boggling. It's a rainbow flick but performed on a bouncing ball, which adds a whole new layer of difficulty. The timing has to be absolutely perfect. You have to judge the bounce, the trajectory, and connect with your heel at the precise millisecond to get the right amount of lift and direction. It's one thing to do a rainbow flick with the ball under control at your feet. It's another thing entirely to do it on a bouncing ball with a defender charging at you. It's a moment of supreme technical skill and confidence. Whether he could pull it off consistently in a match is a debate for the ages, but the fact that he could do it at all is what's so impressive. It stretched the limits of what we thought was possible with a football. It inspired a generation of freestylers and players to try and replicate it, to push the boundaries of their own skill. It represents the ultimate in footballing flair, a move so difficult and so spectacular that it blurs the line between reality and fantasy. And that's a wrap. 10 moments of absolute, undeniable magic. From the revolutionary turn of Cruyff to the sheer madness of Higuita, these skills are what make football the beautiful game. They are the brushstrokes of genius on the canvas of the pitch. Each one tells a story of creativity, courage, and a level of technical ability that is just breathtaking. These are the moments we'll be showing our kids and grandkids for years to come, the moments that made us fall in love with the sport in the first place. But that's just my list. The beauty of football is that everyone has their own favorite moments of magic. So I want to hear from you. Get down in the comments section and let me know which skill from this list was your favorite. And more importantly, tell me, what did I miss? Was there a Bergkamp turn, a Zidane pirouette, or a moment of messy madness that you think should have been in here? Let's get a proper debate going. And if you enjoyed the video, if you felt that buzz of excitement, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing in the passion for this game. We've got plenty more legendary football content coming your way very soon, diving into more iconic players, unforgettable matches, and unbelievable moments. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.